It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That's right, this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, only on SABC3. Welcome to it. Thank you for choosing to spend your Friday morning with us. Absolutely feel-good vibes all over the place. Now, over the past few weeks, we've learned some incredible things about animals and their ability to adapt. Now, one thing that has made a profound impact on the animal kingdom is us, humans, and our presence. Now, as we expand our cities, animals have to come up with very fascinating ways of living amongst us. So back again this week is Luke Bax, Resident Environmental Control Officer, just to talk about this very interesting subject. Luke, lovely to have you back, my friend.
Good to be back.
Yeah, that's cool. So humans are taking over, man. You know, we really are taking over, and it's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, the expansion of human development is encroaching on all the environments we can find. It's not just limited to South Africa, it's limited to it's the world.
Yeah, exactly.
We're slowly losing environments as we go.
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, we are trying to combat that. But, you know, with the situation being as it is, let's talk about that in South Africa specifically. What are some of the prevalence of non-domesticated animals that we can find amongst our midst?
So, I mean, the big ones are, so in Cape Town particularly, the big one you hear, and you hear it all over the world, is the baboons.
Yeah.
And they're a big problem in our South Peninsula. There we go, raiding a bin.
As they do.
Yeah, as they do, getting a nice healthy diet of Simba chips. But you've got your smaller animals, so you've got your rats, you've got your squirrels. Then also in terms of bird, you've got lots of bird species that have adapted, and their numbers have exponentially grown just because of human adaptation. They've got a nice squirrel doing some weird moves on a bird feeder.
Acrobats, you know.
You find and pigeons, and find pigeon in company gardens everywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, so it's safe to say, I mean, the prevalence of these animals, I mean, it's there. We see it, we encounter it. I know that in Hermanus as well, baboons are quite a big problem.
Yeah, they're a
as
massive
well.
problem.
Yeah, so it's actually there's also, you know, things put in place to kind of just control it. But, you know, we're also talking about something like the fur seal that I've heard that we can find amongst our midst. That's a quite interesting one.
Yeah, so the fur seal, we'll find in most of our harbours. You see in Cork Bay Harbour in particular, the animals have become almost tame. There's some of the guys at the harbour, they do daily shows almost, and they go and feed the seals out of their mouth, or tourists like to come take photos and they can touch it. But I mean, what people forget is that these are still wild animals. Yeah. I mean, a seal's got effectively the same bite as a dog.
Yeah.
And
man.
Yeah, they do they do quite a lot of damage. Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you make of it? I mean, with these animals within our midst as an environmental expert, I mean, what would you say to people out there, maybe especially now, coming to Cape Town or other coastal cities, you know, for holidays?
Look, so like especially with the baboons, it's the baboons and the seals. You've got to remember these are wild animals. Kind of just leave them alone, give them a wide berth, and it's not to encourage this. Well, I mean the imprinting or the adaptation towards humans. The habituation has already become so prevalent that the kind of like ignoring them is not going to do much damage. But it's no longer now people are going to try harm the animals. Because now, like a baboon has grabbed your sandwich or a seal has nipped your kid's finger because you're trying to touch it. Yeah. Then that aggression starts to come up. But you have to realize that humans have led to this cause. Right. So it's kind of like you've got to just accept that these animals are there. Yeah. And just work with them. Like,
you've got to respect it, man.
Yeah, you've got to respect it.
All right. Luke, thank you so much, man. Listen, if you have any urban-related, animal-related story or a question that you want to ask Luke, please don't hesitate to give us a call. That number 0839133728. Luke is here. He's on hand. He's going to answer all of your questions, especially if you want to know what to do if you encounter a wild animal in our midst, especially over the holiday season. We'll continue with that chat a little bit later on this morning. Right now, it's over to Zoe with some more wildlife.